What up with y'all, man? It's Mr. Zach, and I'm back with another one. Y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button and turn on all post notifications so you guys can get this content every time I drop a video. And also hit that like button so we can get into this algorithm. But today's video, man, we're going to explore the Muslims and the invasion that's happening in the UK, and also what they're trying to do here in the United States. To let you guys know a little bit of history about me, I have several kids whose mothers were self-proclaimed Muslims, but they wasn't the radical type of Muslims. One is a Nation of Islam Muslim, and the other one, I believe she was supposed to be a Sunni Muslim. And me, I'm a Christian. And I've seen a few things about Muslims that kind of caught my attention. A lot of them are radical with the Sharia law and all that stuff. But the Muslims that I know, my kids' mothers, if they were any kind of Muslims and the laws and the things that Muslims believe, my baby mama should have been put to death because of the things that they were doing. But I want to get into this video, man, give you a little bit of history about how the Islamic faith started. Some of it might shock you if you don't understand or know how Islam started. It could be very shocking to you. So, man, no further ado, man, let's get into this reaction. All right, let's go.
Okay, we need to talk about what's going on. That is the invasion of Islam. Yes, that's what's happening. We're seeing it right now with the mayor of New York pretty much saying that New York is going to funnel in Muslims and Islam from all over the world. He's going to funnel them in, bring them in, these immigrants, and they're going to take over. And that is what they're trying to do. We're going to cover some of those videos later. But before we do that, I just want to talk to you about the history of Islam. If you don't know, for those that are confused, Islam is the religion and Muslims are the followers of that religion. I know there's a lot of confusion between what's the difference between Islam and Muslims. Muslims are followers of Islam. And I'm going to say here unapologetically, there is no room for this barbaric religion in the West. There's no room in anywhere in the world. There's no room for this, because what their book, the Quran, teaches is barbaric. They teach to kill the unbelievers, to kill the infidels, to kill those that do not believe in what they teach. And this is taking over, and we cannot let this happen. But let me give you the history first. Islam begins in Saudi Arabia in the 7th century under the teaching of Muhammad, whom Muslims believe was God's final prophet. The name of the religion, again, is Islam. People that follow are Muslims. The Muslims' God is Allah. Muhammad claims, so this is a guy that claims that a supernatural being visited him in a cave while he was meditating and told him to read. But Muhammad told the spirit that he couldn't read. Yet 2 more times the spirit told Muhammad to read. Finally, he told Muhammad to recite and gave him some verses to memorize. When this first encounter was over, Muhammad thought he had been visited by a demon, which he was, by the way. Let me just throw that in there. He was visited by a demon, 1000%. This was a demon that visited him. Like most cults, it starts with a demonic spirit.
That's what I heard. I heard that Muhammad was visited by a demon. That's what I heard. So I don't know if you guys believe that or not, but that's what somebody told me. So let me know in the comments if that's what you heard or if you believe it or not.
And he became depressed, he became suicidal, but his wife and her cousin convinced him that he'd been visited by the angel Gabriel and said that he was a prophet. Muhammad continued to have these visitations throughout his lifetime, that is, being visited by demons, who his wife told him was Gabriel. 3 years later, Muhammad began preaching in the city of Mecca that there was no God but Allah. Most people in Mecca who worship idols of multiple gods scoffed at him, but he gathered a few disciples, some who were persecuted. In 622, Muhammad and his followers moved to Medina, which had a large Jewish population and were more receptive to monotheism, that's belief in one God. And this journey is called Hijrah. After 7 years in Medina, Muhammad's followers had grown, and they were strong enough to return and conquer Mecca, where Muhammad preached until he died in 632. This is AD. Islam spread rapidly after Muhammad's death as his disciples grew increasingly powerful, with military conquest of the Middle East, North Africa, parts of Asia, and Southern Europe. The people conquered by the Muslims had a choice: convert to Islam or pay a large fee. If they couldn't pay the fee, they were enslaved or executed. Islam became the dominant religion most of the Middle East and North Africa. The Quran teaches that Muhammad was a man, not God, but he was God's last prophet. Thus, he had the final say on theology. Muhammad's revelations conflicted with the Bible, so Muslims say the Bible is corrupted and changed over time, and Muhammad died a natural death. And guess what? Let me throw this in there. Muhammad stayed dead. Jesus rose from the dead. Muhammad did not rise from the dead. Muslims believe that he'll be the first to rise from the dead on the day of judgment. Muslims believe that Muhammad never willfully sinned, but he did make unintentional mistakes. And the Quran teaches that Muhammad was God's messenger, but not the savior or the Messiah. The population of Islam, Christianity is 2.38 billion estimated people. Islam is almost 2 billion followers, making it the world's second largest religion, and they are trying to take over the United States right now actively.
And you might say to yourself, if Islam is not a real religion, so why are so many people converting? Hell, if somebody put a gun in your head and told you better believe in Islam, what you gonna do? Because that's all it seemed like to me, is that they were going around conquering areas and threatening them. If you don't believe this, it's either your ass or it's grass. You know what I'm talking about. So anybody in their right mind, if they were that weak, they're gonna claim Islam. They're gonna be like, I'm Muslim. They don't want to die. You know what I'm saying? They were going around conquering land and conquering people and telling them, if you don't believe what we believe, we're gonna delete you. It's off with your head.
It's not like just random thing. This is a fact. They are trying to take over the United States. Their doctrine is they believe in Allah, which he's one eternal creator and sovereign God. This is not the same God that we worship. This is a false God that they've created, who they call Allah. They also believe in angels. They also believe in the prophets. They believe that Jesus was just another prophet, but Jesus is not God, was not God, but just another prophet. They have 5 pillars. Their first pillar is the testimony of faith, the Shahada. That is, they basically recite this thing to convert to Islam. You state a creed, and that creed is that Muslims believe in Allah alone as deity. Their second pillar is prayer. There's 5 rituals of prayer that must be performed every single day, which is why you'll see them get on their mats and different things like that. Their third pillar is giving. The alms giving is a certain percentage of given once a year. You give a certain percentage of your income. Their fourth tenet is fasting. Muslims fast during Ramadan in the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. They must not eat or drink from dawn until sunset. And then their fifth pillar is pilgrimage, which is physically and financially, if possible, a Muslim must take the pilgrimage to Mecca and Saudi Arabia at least once. The Hajj is performed in the 12th month of the Islamic calendar. Muslims believe that paradise can be earned through keeping the 5 pillars. The Bible, in contrast, reveals that sinful man will never measure up to a holy God, and it's only by the grace of God and the work that Jesus did on the cross to be saved. So Muslims do not believe anything that Christians believe. They basically believe a lot of stuff anti the Bible. And not only that, they have a lot of dangerous teachings, like kill the unbeliever, like stone the woman that commits adultery. That's Sharia law, which is very, very violent. Let's just look at a few clips here. This is one of basically how they took over the UK. And this is scary, what I'm about to show you, because this is what they are doing right now in the United States, especially through this new mayor they're trying to do through New York, bringing in a bunch of Muslims and all that, which that guy's getting shut down real quick. But let's just watch this video here.
London is Muslim. The mayor of Birmingham is a Muslim.
It's the UK.
The mayor of Leeds is Muslim. The mayor of Blackburn is Muslim. The mayor of Sheffield is Muslim. The mayor of Oxford is a Muslim. The mayor of Luton is a Muslim. The mayor of Oldham is a Muslim. The mayor of Rochdale is a Muslim. All of this was achieved by only 4 million Muslims out of the 66 million people in England. Today in England, there are over 3,000
And this is what they're trying to do to the US. Man. Same way they took over the UK, they're trying to take over the US.
Mosques. There are over 130 Sharia courts in England, and there are more than 50 Sharia councils. 78% of Muslim women do not work and receive state support and free accommodation. 63% of Muslims do not work and receive state support and free housing. State-supported Muslim families have an average of 6 to 8 children who all receive free accommodation.
That sounds like what Zoran Mandami trying to do to New York, give everything free. The government gonna take care of everything. Don't work. We gonna take care of you. Don't that sound familiar? And by the way, that was 9 different mayors in UK that were Muslim. That's a lot of area covered by Muslim reign, if I'm saying it right. There was 9 Muslim mayors that's covering UK. It's crazy. And they trying to pull that over here in America with Zohran Mamdani, and then another elected official got elected in Seattle. Another socialist. It's crazy. But we got to stop this, though.
Every school in the UK is required to teach about Islam.
That's crazy.
Number 1 most common baby name in England is Muhammad. This is not immigration. This is invasion.
This is not immigration, it's invasion. That is exactly what's happening. We cannot let this happen in the U.S. This is a barbaric religion. It teaches barbaric things, and there's no place for it. And I'm telling you right now, the Quran was written by demons, literally. He was visited by demons that gave him the insight. All right, this is what just happened in New York. This is terrifying, if you ask me. You know, guys, all those Christians that are being murdered and beheaded and tortured and burned in Africa right now that we've been covering, and the president finally spoke out about it. Yeah, that's happening because of Muslims.
And if you guys don't believe him, I'm gonna show y'all a clip. This is really going on out there in Africa, man. They are really unaliving. I can't even say the word I want to, but unaliving Christians, man, in Africa. It's thousands of them that they're doing this to. Let's get to it.
Ahead of moderating a panel on the brutal violence and killings against Nigerian Christians. One Nigerian activist now is warning those attacks could wipe out the nation's Christian population in 2 generations unless there is urgent international action. President Trump is threatening exactly action.
We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about, and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities.
The president recently designated Nigeria as, quote, a country of particular concern, a CPC, over years of mass killings of Christians by Islamic terrorists, while the government, at best, turns a blind eye. UN Ambassador Mike Waltz will join me tomorrow. Here he is on what's happening there.
What you have is a terrorist organization, particularly in the north in Nigeria, Boko Haram, that is literally burning churches, massacring people, torturing people, running them out of their homes. President Trump put a spotlight on it, and, you know, really kudos and thanks to someone like Nicki Minaj as a Christian, but as someone with the following that she has, and with a lot of followers who may not be paying attention to these kinds of issues.
All right, we'll get to the rap star Nicki Minaj part in a minute. The numbers are staggering. More than 7,000 Christians have been killed in just the first few months of this year. The stats are from January to August. We're mid-November now. More than 125,000 since 2009. So a lot more people are dying now. Also, since 2009, 19,000 Christian churches have been burned. Senator Cruz, you have legislation you want to meet this. But first of all...
That's crazy, y'all. You see that, man? I mean, Christians are being persecuted, killed. Oh man, that's crazy. This is ridiculous, man. I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and they made it easy. You know, they took it over easy in the UK, but here in America, man, I don't think we gonna go for that. We are a different breed over here. If the Nation of Islam couldn't take over America, what makes you think that these radical Muslims is gonna take over America? They not. You know what I'm saying? But this is just to raise awareness, man. This is what they're trying to bring over here in America, man. They already started with Zoran Mandami, the person in Seattle, and then in Dearborn, Michigan. They already out there at the mosque doing the call to prayer 5 times a day, and the residents out there are outraged about that. 5 in the morning hearing somebody singing a prayer, and then 5 times a day, like, it's crazy. But anyway, man, let's get back to this video.
Islamic extremists who are just going by the book, the Quran, are murdering Christians by the masses, mass murdering Christians. That's what this religion teaches. This was at Times Square here, right before the mayor got elected, who's Muslim. How ironic is this? Islamic extremists blew the Twin Towers up, and now the mayor of New York is a Muslim. You can't make this stuff up.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, damn. They then came out there and tore up the Twin Towers, talking about never forget. And then you guys elect a radical extremist, communist Muslim. It just don't make no sense, man. It doesn't make any sense, but people voted for him, and they're going to get exactly what they voted for. All they heard was, we going to give away free stuff. The word free got people to go down there and cast their vote for this man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
That's New York. What is happening? You guys have forgotten what you guys have forgotten. Look at this.
Fighting. We're done. We're done being tortured.
This is Times Square. Look at this.
And hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon.
I rebuke you, demonic spirit, in Jesus' name.
Of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to
We will not stop until it enters every home. I rebuke you in Jesus' name.
repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it.
This is
Queens
America, guys. How crazy is
should
this?
hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah.
This is like the chants they do before they murder Christians and terrorize villages.
Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final.
So demonic. Let me show you how demonic this is. This is a mosque in the UK, in Birmingham, and the preacher is describing how to, you'll see.
That she is punished and she is stoned to death.
Basically had to stone to death a woman.
Wow.
And according to the Sharia again, when it comes to women, there must be a hole dug in the earth, in the ground.
He's teaching what the Quran says about women.
A video has surfaced from a Birmingham mosque where a preacher gave a sermon that's now under serious scrutiny. In it, he describes in graphic detail a form of punishment for women.
So you dig a hole, you put the woman halfway in the hole. You see how that picture is. You see how the picture is right here. She halfway in the ground, halfway out the ground, and they take stones and unalive the woman. And you got a lot of white liberal women who voted for Zoran Mandami. They just lost, man. This is crazy. But let's just keep going, man. Ridiculous.
That involves stoning. He claims this practice is part of religious law and even explains how a woman should be buried halfway before it begins. This isn't a translation issue. It's not taken out of context. It's a direct statement and people are outraged. Let's be clear, promoting violence of any kind is not just wrong. It's unlawful and completely against the values of dignity, safety and equality in the UK. This isn't about targeting a religion. It's about upholding human rights. No belief system gives anyone a pass to encourage harm. And when it happens publicly, accountability is essential. Authorities are now being urged to investigate. The mosque involved must speak up. And as a society, we need to be united. There is no space for this kind of rhetoric.
No space.
Watch this clip closely.
You know what's crazy is you have a bunch of people on the left that are super woke that are like, Gays for Gaza and for Islam. Look at this right here. Look how interesting this is.
So excited about it. People thought when I first asked that I just wanted to read it out of curiosity. I just started reading the Quran and I am so excited about it. People thought when I first asked that I just wanted to read it out of curiosity.
Brother, let me tell you right now, if you went to any of these countries that are under Sharia law, Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan, Gaza, they would throw you off of a building. That is literally what the Quran teaches. If you look into Sharia law, they throw gay people off of buildings. Okay, YouTube, don't flag me for saying that. That's what Sharia law teaches.
Exactly.
You either execute them, you hang them publicly, or you throw them off the highest building possible.
Wow.
That is what Sharia law teaches. So you're all excited about the Quran, but they would actually kill you. That's why the whole gays for Gaza and the woke, all these woke people, free Palestine, Gaza, bro, they'd kill all of you. All of you that identify as gay, they would kill you. So I don't know why you're supporting them.
Crazy.
I want to read it.
You'd be the first to get killed if you went there.
Study it. I started following somebody on social media that teaches the Quran and hosts a Quran book club for Muslims and non-Muslims. So I'm really excited to start going to
I can't even
that.
watch
She was
this.
describing the chapter of the bee, and that just blew my
Let me
belief
just
in.
skip, 'cause
or
this is
I've been
making
the
me
Kala, and
nauseated.
I've never thought that I believed in God.
Got a whole mustache over there. Man. Like he said, man, they will throw you off the highest building that they can find. People just lost, man.
Before, and now I'm really having a revolution of self of, I think I actually believe in God. If you've been curious, I really recommend it. There are a lot of people who are converting. There's a lot of people who are reading it.
You cannot be gay and Muslim, brother. You are a man.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't. And I don't know.
The irony is just crazy. I'm just going to hold myself back from saying what I want to say. Here's the bottom line, guys. We cannot allow this to happen. We need to pray for revival in the Muslim community. We need to pray for revival among all these Muslims that are deceived by this demonic spirit. It's all demonic. It's all witchcraft. That's bottom line. This barbaric religion is demonic. The Quran was written by a demon. You can just literally Google that. With the information I gave you, you just Google and find that information of how Islam started. I want to make this video to shed some light on what's going on. We need to pray. We need to be diligent. We need to be aware. We cannot let this happen. What happened in the UK. This is why I believe Christians need to be in politics. I believe Christians need to be in government because we cannot allow this to take over. Let me know what you guys think about this video down below. Please pray about becoming a monthly partner of our ministry. You'll get 70 sermons, 20% off the merch store, and then you'll get invited to our prayer calls that start again weekly in January. I'm going to be uploading more video, doing more live streams. We're live every Monday night and Thursday night at 6 o'clock Pacific time. Love and appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. God.
All right, man. That's Isaiah, man. Y'all go follow him, man. But that was a lot of information in that little short time, man. But let me know in the comments, man, how y'all feel about this Islamic takeover, man. Are y'all one of the people who thinking about even converting over to Islam after the information that you just seen? Because a lot of people and a lot of channels are going to kind of sugarcoat it and leave certain things out. But Isaiah was straight to the point, man. Muhammad was visited by a demon. His wife and sister said, no, that was an angel. That was Gabriel who came and talked to you. It kind of take me back to the Adam and Eve situation. You know, Eve tempted Adam with the apple. You know, and then in Muhammad's situation, the wife and the sister said, no, angel came and talked to you, but it was a damn demon. And the serpent, you know what I'm saying, with Adam and Eve. And it's a little bit of parallel there, but any religion that forces you to believe in what they believe in, and if you don't believe it, they'll unalive you. That's a cult, man. That's a cult. And if a religion where you can just talk and pray and a person will convert without violence and you feel nothing but love, that's the religion that a person should go to. Not the forceful way and trying to kill you. Let me just say it. I don't care if YouTube, whatever. But it's just crazy. The UK is being invaded. I ain't gonna say being invaded. They are invaded. with the Islamic faith or Muslims. You go to Dearborn, Michigan, it's a lot of Muslims out there, and they're forcing their way of life on the citizens out there. Man, it's crazy. But anyway, man, y'all leave in the comments, like I said, how y'all feel about this video and how y'all feel about the situation, man. Y'all protect yourself at all times. Keep your head on the swivel. God bless you. God bless me, man. God bless America. And God bless UK. All right, we got to pray for these people. And I'm out. Mr. Zach Reacts. Peace.